Hello, everybody.
Position 7, April Simmons versus Dr. Locksmith, LLC.
April Simmons here, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Dr. Locksmith is here.
Okay, who's here on behalf of Dr. Locksmith?
David Malka.
Malcolm?
David Malka.
How do you spell the last name?
Malka.
All right, thank you.
Where are we supposed to get the invitation?
You'll get it in just a second. I'll let you know.
Thank you.
And who is the unidentified other iPhone? If you can let me know who you are.
Oh, this is the. Oh, 1 second.
What's your name? Who are you?
David Malka.
All right, we have someone else back. Miss Simmons?
Yes, sir. This is Miss Simmons.
Yes. Did you talk with anybody on the other side?
I did. He stated that he wants to go to court.
Okay. All right. That was Mr. Malcolm?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. iPhone, is that Mr. Malcolm coming back?
Yes.
All right. So, Mr. Malcolm, are you having connection issues? What's the deal?
No, by mistake, I closed my phone. And
All right,
it takes some time to after that to connect.
Are you able to turn on your camera?
Yes, 1 second. Yes.
All right. So it sounds like you all were unable to reach an agreement.
No, I tried.
I know you tried. I'm just saying you all did not get there.
Yeah, no.
So what we're going to do is we're going to, you all are second in line to have a trial. So if you all just, you can turn off your cameras for now, but in a moment, I'm going to ask you to turn them back on so that we can have your trial, okay? So don't stray from your computer or your phone. You got to have it on, and we're going to pick up with your trial in a few minutes.
Okay.
All right.
Yes, sir.
All right. We should be on our last case, Ms. Simmons and Mr. Malcolm.
Yes, sir.
All right. You all can turn on your cameras. Raise your right hands, please.
Yeah.
Do you swear or affirm that the information you're going to provide to this court will be the truth, whole truth, and nothing but the truth under pain and penalty of perjury?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. Ms. Simmons, you being the plaintiff, have you ever tried a case before?
No, sir.
All right. Have you done any research on how this goes?
No, sir.
Okay. Then let me give you a little bit of information.
Okay.
It's, you being the plaintiff, it's your burden to prove your case. All right. Now, what that means is I sit here, I know nothing about your side or his side. And you've got to convince me that whatever, if you're asking for $100, $2,000, you got to convince me that for some reason he owes it to you. Whether if it's a contract, you got to show me that y'all had a contract or an agreement for him to do something, and then he didn't do it, and you should be compensated for it. If you purchase something from him, that you paid him for that, and he didn't deliver what he was supposed to, all right? Or if he harmed you in some way, you got to show me where that harm is and why the dollar amount equals what it is. That is your job. I am not an investigator. I will ask you questions to try to help you along. I will probably ask Mr. Malcolm questions to find out why he doesn't think he should pay it. You understand?
Yes, sir.
Now, you're going to tell me your side first. Mr. Malcolm, while she's telling me her side, you will get to ask questions when she's done.
Okay.
If you have questions for her, not statements. If you have questions specifically for her, you'll get to ask her those questions.
Okay.
And when she's done presenting evidence, I'm going to hear your side, Mr. Malcolm, and then she's going to ask you questions. That's the way it goes. If, Miss Simmons, there's something you want me to see that you have submitted to the court, you have to let me know that. I'm not just going to go looking at documents because they exist. You have to say, and we had a contract. Your Honor, I'd like you to look at the contract. Can you show that on screen? And I'll pull it up and you can tell me what you want me to see in the contract. You understand?
Yes, sir.
All right. In that case, you've been sworn. Ms. Simmons, tell me your side of this case.
Yes, sir. Make a long story short, April the 8th, me and my kids came back from a trip. The airport security or whoever, they stole my keys out of my luggage. I got to my friend's house, whom I left my vehicle there while I was gone. I had to call the locksmith because I didn't have a key. I Googled locksmith in Decatur, Georgia, where my friend lives, and it was actually S&L locksmith. Dr. Locksmith actually came out to fix my vehicle. He fixed my vehicle. He gave me a key. The key only opened the door. It did not crank the vehicle. He had a screwdriver and other tools trying to fix the ignition. He told me one time that my battery was dead. Then he told me I had electrical problems. Like, no, that's not the case. I just parked my vehicle here for vacation. So he stated that he was leaving now. He got there at 9:30. He stated that he was leaving to go get his supervisor. He left at 10. He never came back. As you can see in my documents that I showed sent to the courtroom, I have a statement from my friend who lives at the home, and I also have my phone log records where I have been calling his company all that day. After he never answered.
Hang on, Ms. Simmons, are we talking about 9:30 a.m. or p.m.?
A.m.
Okay.
Yes, sir. After he left, I called another locksmith. They came out. They told me that, yes, he did actually damage your ignition switch housing and you would have to get it replaced. I told him, cool. After he left, I continued to call Dr. Locksmith. The first time they told me that they never came out to serve me. Then he stated that my vehicle was towed up, so he couldn't fix it. Okay, you tore up my truck. I need my truck. Somebody has to come out here and fix my truck. I end up going to the police station the next day to make a report. I did all of that. Then I had to call a tow company that I found in Decatur, Georgia, which was Talking Tools Auto. I found them on the website. They came and towed my vehicle. I think they got it on the 10th, which was that Monday. They ordered the parts, they fixed it, and I got my vehicle back on the 13th.
Okay. Well, you haven't told me any amounts. I haven't seen any
I'm sorry.
Invoices.
I sent the invoice to the clerks, and it was $710.28. That was the amount.
And that was for what? What is that $710 for?
That was for the towing fee, the labor, and the ignition switch housing itself.
Okay. How much was I need you to break it down. How much was the housing?
The towing fee was $150. The housing was $288.51. And to remove and replace, they charged me $225.
To remove and replace what?
The actual ignition switch housing.
Okay, because you had to get a new ignition switch.
Housing.
Because I understand. We're not on you yet, Mr. Malcolm.
Totally.
I'm trying to understand because the issue was you don't have keys to your car.
Yes, sir.
Let's pretend that Mr. Malcolm, according to you, didn't touch the ignition switch. Didn't touch it. What would they still have had to, should he have done the $225 to remove the ignition and give you a new ignition? Do you understand my question? If you don't have the key to your,
Mr. Malcolm.
I'm asking you, Miss Simmons, if
Okay.
you don't have a key to your car, what would you have had to replace your housing, your ignition, because you didn't have a key? That's the question.
No.
Okay. So did you have to get a new key?
Yes, sir.
And the new key, was
The
it a,
new
is it
key
a,
that the new key that he made,
who's he? Who's
Mr.
he?
Malcolm.
Okay.
The
Yeah, I
new
already
key.
know the new key didn't go to the ignition. I get that.
Okay.
All right. But if I don't have a key to my car, I still got to get, who made a new key for your ignition? That's the question.
The new ignition switch came with the key.
That's my question.
Yes, sir.
So now you're on to what I'm asking.
Okay.
Would you have had to have gotten a new ignition and a new key because you didn't have a key?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So that's what he should have done the first time, is what you're telling me.
Exactly. Yes, sir.
Okay. Anything else?
No, sir.
Okay. Mr. Malcolm, do you have any
Yes.
questions for Miss Simmons?
No.
Okay. What do you want to tell me then?
Okay. First of all, she called me to make a key. Okay. This is 2007 car, 2007 Chevy. She told me I don't have a key. So the process.
I think he accidentally pressed leave. So we'll give him a second to come back.
Hello.
Yes. Mr.
Yeah,
Malcolm?
I'm sorry. I got the phone. I don't know. You want me to continue?
We do.
Yeah. Okay. She called me to make a key. The process to make a key for this car, for this old car, you must to take the cylinder out from the ignition. On the cylinder, you have the code for the key. Okay, I didn't change the ignition. You need to take it out, see what is the code for the key, and then you cut the key, and that's it. You have the key. This is what I did. I picked the lock, I picked the ignition, I took it out. I'm doing for 15 years. I can send you a picture from here to many pictures that I doing it. I took the ignition out. I checked the code. I cut the key. I put it in back. I put it back, and the key twisting, the key working. But I realized that it's not working. It didn't start the car.
Okay.
Okay. So I make the key. It's working. Okay. But I realize it's not opening the light for the dash, and it's not starting the car. So I say, okay, maybe the battery is dead. I put the cable, nothing worked. And then I took it back out, the cylinder, because it's a part of, you have the housing and you have the cylinder. The cylinder come out. I look inside, nothing inside. You know, it's like, believe me, if I was doing it, I was paying her. I don't care. This time that I'm wasting here, it's wasting my time. Believe me, I'm losing money here. But I didn't make it. I really didn't make it. I did my job like what I do 1,000 times for 15 years. I'm taking the ignition out, put it back, the key twisting. That's it. You don't have any chip on this car. It's not like you need to program the key or something.
I understand. You don't have to go through that again. I've got that. That you made a key. You thought it would work. You thought it would work. And when you tried it, it did not work. I got that. But she says when you took the housing off of her steering wheel that you damaged it.
No, I never took the housing out. I never took it out.
So you told me that you had to open the housing to figure out the code for the key.
Not the housing. The housing is staying. I'm taking the cylinder out. You have the housing and you have the cylinder that come out.
Okay, how do you get to the, you can't just, you
need to twist it. What I'm doing, I'm picking the ignition, the cylinder, I'm picking it, I'm twisting it. So now the car is, the ignition is twist, and then I'm coming with something and push on something and it's coming out. That's it.
Okay.
You understand?
So you just stick, what you're telling me is you stuck something into the cylinder, what did you stick in there?
Like, I can show you. You want me to show you?
If you want to show me, yeah. You think it'll help?
I'm in my car, yeah. I'm sticking this piece. See? It's a you have in the house, and you have a small hole that you need to push this one inside, and then you press, and it's coming out. It's jumping out the cylinder. You know.
Okay, is that just a flathead screwdriver?
No, it's not a flathead. It's like a sharp
Pinpoint?
yeah, in point, exactly.
Okay.
Not a screw.
All right. Okay. And
This is
then
what I did.
she says that at 10 o'clock, you'd finished, you made the key, and you said you'd be back.
Yeah, because she tell me, this is your fault. This is your fault. This is your fault. I said, listen, man, I make you a key. You didn't pay me for the key. I wasted my time over here. I didn't do it. You have a problem with the car. No, this is your fault. This is your fault. And I have like I'm honest with you. I have like 5 people waiting on me. You know, so I say, okay, you must keep going with your day. She's not gonna pay you. I don't care. I'm gonna keep going. You know, sometime in life you're losing, so you keep on.
Okay.
You keep on with your day. You know, because because she's like your fault. I'm trying to explain it. No, man, listen. I didn't do nothing. I just press. I'm taking it out. I have the code. I put it back. That's it. You know, it's not like I'm doing it for 15 years. You know.
Okay.
And that's it. This is what I did. This is what
I understand. Is there anything new any other information you want to add?
Nothing else.
Nothing.
If you
Okay,
have any question, I can answer whatever you want.
So, Ms. Simmons,
Yes, sir.
any questions for Mr. Malcolm?
I do. Mr. Malcolm, if you stated that you have been in your business for 15 years and you made a proper key for a customer, why wouldn't you charge them?
Okay. Because you keep arguing with me. You argue with me and argue with me, and my days keep going. People waiting on me, and I understand. Listen, okay, she's not gonna pay you. You're wasting your time here. You know, this is going to like wasting all my day. So I say, okay, you know, this key cost me
So,
cost me
Mr.
like
Malcolm,
$10.
Mr. Malcolm, keep
Yes.
your answers short, not a full explanation of everything again. Her only question was, why wouldn't you charge her for the key? And you explained because you had other things to do.
Yeah. Okay.
And she was arguing with you. So,
Okay, no problem.
what other questions, Ms. Simmons?
You stated that you only had one tool for the ignition switch. Did you or did you not have a long flathead screwdriver that you continue to jam into the ignition switch?
No, I didn't put no screwdriver on this case.
Yes, I have a witness statement that says otherwise.
You have a witness. You have a
Any
witness.
other hang on. Any other questions, Ms. Simmons? He said no, he didn't.
When you left and told me that you was coming back, why didn't you return?
He already answered that. He told you.
I told you.
Well,
I need to
actually, I'm going to let you. You can answer that, Mr. Malcolm.
I told you. I'm really. I don't want to say, but I really need to keep going with my day. You know, sometime in life you're losing. So I lose the $200 for you, but I keep going with my day and I'm making money. You know, because I don't have time to stay here and argue with you and say this you did like you argue with somebody. It's
all right, no, Miss. Just keep it short. You said
I
why
have no more questions, Your Honor.
Okay. All right. Anything else by either side that they want to present?
I have sent in all my paperwork to the clerk.
I understand, Miss Simmons, but I think I hope you heard me when I said I don't go looking at documents just because you sent in a bunch of documents. If there's something you want me to look at.
Well, I have my witness statement from my friend who lives at the address 10,001 Jessica Avenue. Her name is Candace Andrews.
Hang on. So I'm not going to admit the witness statement. Is she available right now? Is she with you to testify?
No, she's not with me. She stays in Decatur.
Okay. So I'm not going to consider the witness statement. Is there anything else?
Nothing but the phone records that I sent in where I have continued to call them numerous of times the same day so that we can resolve this.
Let me hang on. So I'll admit those, but he's not denying that he left.
I have something to say about this one.
All right, hang on.
Okay.
So he's not denying Miss Simmons. You've proven that point, that you called him, he came out, he tried to fix it, could not, so he left and told you he was coming back. None of that's in dispute. He has not said that did not happen. Okay. You said you tried to call him several times. He has not disputed that either. So all of that is a fact in this case. Okay. He's given his reasons for why he did that, but that doesn't. So is there anything else that you think I need from what you've submitted, or what any other evidence you plan to present, Ms. Simmons?
No, sir.
Okay. Mr. Malcolm, you said you had something else you wanted to say.
Yeah, about she called many times. I'm a subcontractor. Company send me a job. So maybe she called to the company. I didn't know she called to me. She didn't call to me. She called to the main company. She called first time.
Okay.
This
All right.
what happened.
So that's it. We're done. I've heard from both sides. Let me share something with you. Ms. Simmons,
Yes, sir.
I do think that he may have cost you, Mr. Malcolm may have cost you a little extra in trying to handle your car. Okay. But if you had never called Mr. Malcolm, you probably would have paid somewhere between $200 and $300 to get a new key, new ignition with a key to your car. Like
Right.
that's okay.
Mm-hmm.
Mr. Malcolm has not charged you anything. Okay, so he didn't take anything away from this. So off the top, you're asking for, it looks like, what was the total? 700 and what?
$10.28.
Right, $710.28. So I hear your argument, and I think Mr. Malcolm may have cost you some money. But the way something like this works is you don't get to recover the money you would have had to pay in the first place, right? And so in the first place, you would have had to pay about $300. That's just an estimate on my side.
Right.
So out of the 700, there's about 400 left. Now, the question then becomes, would you have had to get it towed? Don't know. I don't know the answer to that. Okay. Did he damage the steering wheel? I've got to determine that. That's really the issue that I've got to determine. So I'm going to take that portion of it under advisement, and I will get you all out in order. Mr. Malcolm, I understand your side. Okay. I've told Miss Simmons, I understand what she's telling me. I understand your side. You had a busy day. She's arguing with you. You've done all you can. The issue from looking at your side is you decided to relay one thing and do another. So you told her, I'll be back, and you didn't come back. You could have told her, look, that's all I can do for you. You don't have to pay me anything. I don't know. And she would have had a different expectation. She may have argued with you as you're leaving the parking lot, but it would have been a different expectation. So I will take it under advisement. I understand both arguments. And you'll get an order from me later today. Okay?
Yes, sir.
All right.
Okay.
Thank you both.
Thank you.
So when you're gonna what is you're gonna call me or what?
No, I'm not going to call you. You should contact the court. I'll have an order. I'll decide the case, and I'll have an order out probably by tomorrow morning.
Okay, thank you very much. So
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Be safe, be well, sleep sweet, and much love.